into a band and I don't know what I was going for there. Oh man, I see that everything is off on everything here, but we'll get back to that at a later point. Today we're talking about Pup, and actually I think this came about in the Discord. If I'm not mistaken, I think you put this up on the board, Peter. Am I correct in that?
This was just one of those things where it was like, let's get somebody into a band. And I don't really know a whole lot of people are into Pup. So I was like, hey, does anybody want to do an episode about Pup?
Well, there you go. So, first of all, talk to me about Pup, and then we'll get John to weigh in.
I started noticing them on several music websites, like year-end best of things. And I was like, I'll check it out, even though some of these sites are usually kind of pretentious. But they're just like a fun punk group and who has a really good sense of self-awareness that carries over into their songs, I think. And there's a lot of angst, there's a lot of anger, but then there's also a lot of humor too. But not over the top humor. It's just self-aware kind of humor, I think.
Yeah, and that really comes across late, especially later in the discography. So we'll get to that. But when you put it up in the Discord, I feel like almost immediately, John, you said, "Yeah, I'm in for that." So Pup, tell me about it.
Sure. I remember hearing about them, God, probably almost 10 years ago. All of a sudden there was like this kind of groundswell of new like punk rock bands that sounded like this. Like you can throw like Free Throw in that category, Jeff Rosenstock, like Chumped. A lot of bands I got into was like, oh, there's these younger kids who are getting into this and doing it like a different way, like very anthemic, like a lot of gang vocals, but not like the punk rock like from the 90s that you think of like the Bad Religion style, but they've taken it and like done something new with it. And like there was this kind of scene of these new bands, especially like Toronto. Like Pup is from Toronto. We did Fucked Up from Toronto, one of the like great bands of the last 10-15 years in punk and hardcore. Metz is from Toronto. Like something's going on there the last 10 or 15 years in Toronto that's spawning all these good bands. But yeah, I'd heard of them kind of in and around when the first record came out, but I kind of never like followed up with them and never stuck with it. So when he said that, I was, oh yeah, I remember them. Like, yeah, I'll do that. I want to go back and have an excuse to go back and check out the discography.
So, as you guys put that up, like, this is a band, of course, as is usually the case at this point. I'd never heard of them. I guess technically speaking, in passing, by the time like we were actually lining this episode up, I've been playing a lot of NHL 23, and there's a Pup song on there, so like I'm sure I like heard it and just never placed it. But I looked into, like, as we were getting ready to like actually do that, because when Peter put it up, he's like, I think it's 4 records and maybe an EP, I think is what he said. And so like as we got close to putting it together, I was like, well, let me wiki and let me, make sure. And one of the first things I noticed, and I'm glad you brought this up, John, is Canada. I was like, oh shit, another Canadian band. I was like, okay, so what's going on here? And man, like you said, something is happening in Toronto, and holy shit. So you're on a hot streak, John, because we did American football pretty recently, yeah. And they were right up in my wheelhouse. This band is holy shit. Like, this is so adjacent to the Justin wheelhouse. It's not quite like what I felt with Nothing Like Where's This Band Been my whole life, but it is just below that. Like, this is like, fuck, how did I miss these guys? So, we don't have like a huge discography here. Like, I think it worked out to like 49 songs, something like that, Peter. As you're going through it, like, what are you thinking as you're putting your 20 together for this one?
Well, when I started listening to them, I started with The Dream Is Over, and I never really got around to the first self-titled album. So it was cool to visit that for the first time. And honestly, I didn't do this by design, but when I came down to my final 20, it was like almost equal album representation. It was like 6 songs from the first one, 6 songs from Dream Is Over, like 4 or 5 songs from Morbid Stuff, and then like a couple from the EP and the newest album.
So you're usually pretty meticulous with this, John. Like, what was your approach this time?
I'm pretty open-minded. I just played through it chronologically and just anything that jumped out to me, whether it was like, a bridge of a song, like a chorus they have some really good like anthemic group vocal choruses. I kind of like that stuff jumped out to me a lot. But yeah, just went through a first pass. My first pass I think was 18. I was being, pretty strict with it, and then went back and like added a couple, and it was pretty much done. It was pretty easy.
Yeah, I always hate using the term easy because it implies that, that there wasn't enough. But I agree. Like, it was easy in that I could find 20 songs, no problem. I mean, there was definitely some stuff that hit the floor and I was like, ah, man. And I grabbed a couple songs that kind of showed like a different side that technically isn't their bread and butter, purposefully, just to go, by the way, there's this. Like, there's one song that sounds almost to a T like a Nada Surf song. I was like, what the fuck? All right. And then
I think I know which one you're talking about.
yeah, and then there's one that I pulled that is more towards like a 90s pop punk, like a Blink. It's not exactly, but it's more upbeat than, there's like an angst going on with this band that it was a little less so on like one or two of these songs. So again, 49, like it feels like we should be able to find common ground, but you never know. Like, we could all kind of be elsewhere. What do you think, Peter? What are you thinking for the final say? How many do you think we get through unanimously?
I'm just gonna shoot straight through the middle and say 5.
That seems about right. Yeah. What do you think, John?
Been thinking about this, and I don't think I maybe have won this thing maybe one time. So I'm gonna go against my instincts because my instincts are always wrong, and I'm gonna say 4.
Okay. So, do I go higher or lower? I always put myself last. I'll be honest. Like, I feel weird. The few times that I've won it, I do feel weird. But this one, I don't think I'd mind as much winning. I'm gonna go ultra optimistic. I'm gonna go 8.
Whoa.
8?
Yep, I'm gonna go ultra optimistic here. I'm gonna go 8.
All right.
I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right, but you never know. Hey, man, sometimes you got to take some risks. We're going to take a quick pause, and when we come back, we're going to play the game, Jack. It's the program. To fitness with the Hard Work Works fitness app. For all ability levels. Full gym, no problem. What's included? Over 200 workout plans available for every situation, from a full gym to no equipment at all. Nutrition guide to help you stay on track, and all of this is only $10 a month. There's a special offer for Deprogram listeners. Use promo code STUPID and get your first month free. The Hard Work Works fitness app. Decide, commit, succeed, and join the hustle today. And with that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. The three of us have combed through the Pup discography and plucked out 20 songs that we're now going to mash together in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you, in case you have never given Pup the time of day. And, maybe you've never even heard of them. I suppose that's possible. I hadn't. I'm gonna do what I hate doing, but I also love doing. There's nothing better than setting the tone correctly. I love having the tone set correctly. I love knowing what I'm getting in for, and I love falling in love with a first track. Guilt Trip.
Yep.
No.
Oh, calculated. I get the feeling that was calculated, John.
No, it was on the maybe list, and then just didn't make the final cut. Didn't go back to it as much as I did with some of the other ones.
All right. So it's got a 2. It ain't dead. And 1 and 2. All right, Peter?
I'm gonna go with one where this displays their self-awareness, and at sometimes I'm thinking like, are these guys okay? Like, do they actually like each other? So this song is called "If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, I Will."
Yes, sir. I got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And can we talk about this song for a minute?
Absolutely.
Because this is the trope of the cliche, if you will, of rock and roll. Is like you spend your whole life working on your first album, you go on tour for however long, a year, 2 years, whatever. The trap that bands always fall into is like their second album is about the road and like we're on the road and like it's all these like dumb cliche songs about life on the road and touring and how being in a different city every night. And that's why a lot of bands their second album sucks. Like it's not nearly as good as the first one. And this is completely like turns that on its head. And it is that sort of thing. It's like this is a song that was written about hating the people in your band for being stuck in a van with them for a year, but it's the most well done I've ever heard this type of song done. So just wanted to give that a little bit of credit. That stuck out to me for sure. Yeah, definitely have this one.
Yes. All right, John.
I'm gonna stick with The Dream Is Over and let's go Can't Win.
Yes.
I don't have it.
All right. All right. We got 1, a 2. Now my 8 feels crazy. It's still early. It's still early. I don't know if this one's gonna hit, but I wanted to get it out there because Peter said he might know what it is, and this is the one that reminded me of Not a Surf's Treehouse. My life is over, and I couldn't be happier.
Yep.
No.
Okay. All right. We got 2 though. Oh my, Peter.
So this has got some of the gang vocals that we mentioned earlier, and I really like the bridge of this song. It's on "The Dream Is Over," "Sleep in the Heat."
No, I don't have that one.
Nope.
Oh. 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 Folks, you might not be able to hear this. I don't know. We'll have to come back to that at a later point. You know, I hate to fall back on old deprogrammed, tropes. I do feel like there isn't a whole lot of no to this band. There isn't a whole lot of nah, I don't want that one. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of ugh. I feel bad for not having that. All right, where do I go? Let's go to Morbid Stuff. How about? And I'll do the title track, Morbid Stuff.
I got it.
No.
Oh, now I'm really feeling dumb. I mean, I know there's plenty left, but oof. All right, Peter.
Let's see.
Wait, did I get skipped?
Yeah, I think you got skipped.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Because I think he did Sleep in the Heat,
Oh yeah, my bad, dude.
and then you did.
I did Morbid Stuff. So
Morbid
yeah,
Stuff.
it is your turn, and
Okay.
then we'll go back to Peter.
Let's go with Dark Days from Self-Titled.
I got it.
I don't.
Uh-oh. A lot of that. All right. Dark Days. All right.
Starting to feel like my 5 was optimistic.
All right, Peter.
Okay, this one is a bit of a change of pace for them. Pine Point.
I don't have that one.
Nope.
Oh.
Peter's taking the chances. Right. Let's find it on this one. And why is my phone almost dead? All right. Now we're actually back to me this time. right? Well,
No.
no, it would still be your turn again, John.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go to the EP and go with Rot.
Yes.
No.
One says
Wow.
emphatically yes, the other says emphatically no.
I like the song. It just didn't,
Yeah.
Just didn't hit.
had to have 20.
Yep. What you're also hearing, folks, is quick turnaround. Sometimes quick turnaround works. Sometimes it bites you in the ass. I loved. I didn't end up with a lot from the last record, but I fucking loved the concept of the last record. I love them telling the story of them essentially breaking up, and I specifically picked this one out because of the name and because it fit everything that had been going on with the band and the sound. Pup the Band Inc. is filing for bankruptcy.
Yep. I got it.
Yes.
There we go.
Hey.
Back off the schneid. P-U-P the.
We got the
Yeah.
long song titles covered.
That came out last year, and I was like, "Is this a concept album about you guys breaking up? Like, what?"
I guess they're on tour. They're on tour this spring, so
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna kill each other, I guess.
I mean, the whole, what is the name of the record? Like the Unraveling of Pup the Band is the name of that record. It's like, you know what? I love them steering right into it. That's fun. It's kind of furthers John's point from earlier. Like, you know, we're breaking up, so let's write a song about it. They might not even really be breaking up because clearly they're touring. So, all right, Peter?
I'll go back to that EP. This place sucks ass. Nothing changes.
Nope.
Oh
man, it's like 3 in a row for me in the trash.
If these are actually coming, like if you guys can actually hear these, then I might just end up having to use the robot.
I can hear it quietly. There we go.
Yeah, I'll just have to use the robot. All right, John?
All right, let's stick with the unraveling of how about Robot Writes a Love Song.
No, that was a late cut.
Same.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love the concept, though. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah, I love. So again, this is one of those bands where like you're getting to the last record and you expect the drop off, and it's like, no, it doesn't.
They're still on the up and up. They're still a current band. They're not a legacy act at this point by any means.
This most recent effort is fucking outstanding for so many reasons. Musically, it's fun. They take some chances like this one, Robot Writes a Love Song. And they have a bunch of stuff that kind of fits in the glove of all their earlier stuff. And it's just a fun story that they're telling the whole way. So, oh shoot, nope. Okay, so that one was John. So we're back around to me. Let me go back to the first record. How about Reservoir?
I got that one.
Yes.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
There we go. This one reminded me of we were talking about Scott Pilgrim last time, John.
Yep. Also film set in Toronto, so
yep,
there's a tie in there.
Yep. Something about like the way the bass is out front and distorted, I think, like in the band, like that's what made me think of Scott Pilgrim. All right. Peter?
I'll stay on the self-titled. How about Yukon?
No.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, thank God.
No,
that might be my number one, actually.
Oh, that one was such a late cut. I had 29 through, I think, on my first pass. That was 1000% one of them. And I think it might have been 21 or 22. Oh, for the record, we're out of NTP. We have 3 through unanimously. We have 7 in the combo. The worst case scenario, everything gets in. All right, John?
All right, let's go back to The Dream Is Over. How about Old Wounds?
Yeah.
Nope. Now we're at the point where Justin's missing. All right. Let's stay on that record. Let's see if we can find each other again. How about Doubts?
Nope.
Yes.
Hey, all right. This one just became difficult. All right, Peter?
Let's go back to morbid stuff. This one is morbid. See You at Your Funeral.
Motherfucker. Sometimes I should just go with my gut. I don't have it.
Nope.
Ugh. That hurts.
Back in Trashland.
That was for sure like 23. Like, it was absolutely one of the absolute lasts. All right, John?
Kids.
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
There we go. And I think we just hit John's 4.
Yep.
I like the lyric, how about some goddamn subtlety for a change in that
Yeah.
song?
All right. So I'm going to play the one that I kept instead of See You at Your Funeral. Bloody Mary, Kate and Ashley.
No.
No.
Yeah, I get it. That one's kind of an inside joke. I actually want to send it to my friend Josh. Just Mary, Kate, and Ashley is a long-running joke in our friend group. So I was like, oh shit. And we used to have another joke called Bloody Hannah. So it was like kind of a combination of the two. We're awful people. All right, Peter?
Let's see. How about DVP?
Yes.
No.
Ah. And 1. All right, John?
About Full Blown Meltdown.
I got it.
There we go.
You got
you do? Full blown meltdown? Okay. Peter's
Yes.
like, oh my God. I'm trying to say yes. Yeah.
Wait, did he have it or no?
Yeah.
I'm still
I have it.
confused. Okay.
That takes us up to 5. And suddenly this episode just got really difficult. And while it's not probable, my 8 is suddenly not out of the question.
Yeah, that's
1,
not happening.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 left.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I got 6 left too.
I got 8.
Okay. I mean, I don't. The way we're going, we're this deep in. I don't think so, but it is not out of the question that we get 3 more. I love city songs. I love Canada's city songs. I love Winnipeg, and I also love Edmonton.
Yeah, that's a no.
No.
Oh, wrong song. It's this one. Actually, if I would have been actually correct, I'm supposed to hate Winnipeg. I just don't.
Watch it.
All right.
Weaker Thans are from there.
That's what I'm saying. I hate
Mhm.
Winnipeg.
Yep.
All right, Peter?
I'm gonna go back to Unraveling of Pup the Band. Totally Fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Yes. There we go. All right, let's get 2 more. John.
How about City?
Fuck. No.
No.
All right. CITY. Is that the first one you've had that's gone into the...
No.
Oh,
I had Robot Writes a Love Song.
that's right. All right. Down to my last 4 here. I almost feel like we should just play it out the way it's going.
Sure.
How about Back Against the Wall?
Yep.
Nope.
Ah. All right. This conversation is going to be something, though. All right, Peter?
How about Sibling Rivalry?
Nope.
Nope.
Ah. Has the magic run out? We're getting towards the bottom here. All right. John?
Factories.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God.
7.
Can we pull one out of our asses in the last round? All right. Probably not. All right. I've only got 2 left. How about Anaphylaxis?
No.
No.
Right. And then I'm pretty sure my last one's going to be a no too, but Peter?
This is my last one. Scorpion Hill.
Nope.
Yes.
All right. Scorpion Hill. And Peter and John. John?
Familiar Patterns.
Nope. And that brings me to my... And Peter, you said you're out, right? I'm pretty sure he did. All right. So my last one, and it has no chance of unanimous, but Never Try.
I did have that one.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so that's got a 2, and so I guess just for fun, what did we get? 7?
Yeah.
So, just for fun, you want to dump out whatever you got left, John?
Yeah, all I had left was The Coast and Grim Reaping.
I know Grim Reaping was really late for me. I don't recall where the Coast dropped off. All right, so let me reshuffle the deck here. None of us won. I came close, man. We got 7. So we've got Reservoir, Factories, If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, I Will, Kids, Full Blown Meltdown, Totally Fine, Pup the Band Inc. is filing for bankruptcy. We already have a good selection of the discography represented. I mean, I don't know if going forward, holy shit. We've got
2 from Unraveling Of, 2 from Morbid Stuff, 1 from Dream Is Over, and then
so we just need
1 from Self-Title. 2 from Self-Title.
2.
Yeah.
So I mean, did we get anything from the Rot? Is the only thing that got 2 from this place. Place sucks.
And I'm not tied to that one.
Okay. So I think we got Peter back. We've got 13 that we need to trim down to 3. We got Guilt Trip, Never Try, Yukon, Dark Days, Back Against the Wall, DVP, Doubts, Old Wounds, My Life Is Over, and I Couldn't Be Happier, Can't Win, Morbid Stuff, Scorpion Hill, and Rot. I assume Yukon is going to be one of your first, John, because you said you could make a case for it as the number one.
Yeah, the two that stick out to me are Yukon and Dark Days. I think two of their best songs, I think.
All right, so let's see. I was the odd man out on Yukon, and it was definitely a late cut. How do you feel about Dark Days, Peter?
Um, I like it. I don't mind if it goes in, but I think there are other songs that I like more that I would rather have in the top 10.
Let's play a little bit of Dark Days if we can.
Okay. Dark Days. I think the one thing Dark Days is it's very different from, but once it gets into it, it's very them. You said there was something else that maybe was jumping out at you, Peter?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think Old Wounds should be in the top 10. At least for me, I think that's one of my favorite songs by them.
Okay. Any objection to that, John?
No, that was on my list.
All right, so I was the odd man out there. Let's bump that in.
Doing just so we're adding Yukon and Old Wounds.
Yeah. And so John has already presented Dark Days. As much as representation would be cool, I don't know. I don't think we need Rot.
No.
I again, like, the fact that it's here is cool. I don't think we need it. What do we got left? So Back Against the Wall, DVP Doubts, Never Try, even Guilt Trip. I love when you get exactly what you want out of the first track, but the fact that this band does that everywhere else as well, I feel like we don't need Guilt Trip. I'd be cool with it getting in. Obviously, I had it. As a matter of fact, I had almost everything but Scorpion Hill. Yeah, Scorpion Hill's the only one left that I didn't have. Is there anything else that you feel like we can probably do without, Peter?
I mean, we could probably do without Morbid Stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, we've got that style already covered in the other songs.
So is Dark Days still the 10 for you at this point, John?
Yeah, I've been looking at, I think either that or something like Can't Win would be my number 2.
All right, let's see. Oh, why did I do that? I think this is technically more on brand. If we think we already have the brand kind of covered, then I feel like Dark Days kind of leans into something else. And I mean, of course, if you have something else you'd want to nominate to put up here, Peter.
I'm fine with Dark Days.
All right, so let's grab Dark Days and then call that number 10, which brings us, make sure that's correct. Indeed. So we've got Reservoir, Factories, If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, I Will, Kids, Full Blown Meltdown, Totally Fine, Pup the Band Inc. is filing for bankruptcy, Yukon, Old Wounds, Dark Days. Of those 10, Peter, is there one that jumps out at you as the number one?
If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, then I will.
Man, I mean, I know that, John, you already kind of said Yukon. If This Tour Doesn't Kill You is so fucking great.
I love Yukon, but like it's a little slower and stompier than their usual stuff, so I don't think it's like an accurate representation of like their usual sound.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. The one I was actually going to throw out was Kids. Can you play the beginning of Kids?
All right.
This one, I think, as soon as this was a quick add to the list for me, maybe the quickest one. So,
Oof. So the one thing that this has over If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, because the thing I love about If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, I Will, it's like ripe with the self-awareness, like we mentioned. It's the fun story, but it takes a little bit to get to like the meat of the song, like the sound of the song, whereas Kids pops you in the mouth like from the jump.
yeah, I think if this tour doesn't kill you is more like a novelty kind of a thing. It's more like not a joke song, but like something not to be taken so seriously. And I think something like Kids really just says, like, it's like a mission statement. Like, here's what we do.
What about Old Wounds? Let's listen to that.
Yeah, play some Old Wounds. What could go wrong?
The only thing that could happen.
Let's open up some Old Wounds.
Yes, let's. Man. Can't stand you trying to save me. It's so fucking frustrating. I'm bored of the games and I'm bored of the chase. Oh, god damn it. Why'd you do this, Peter?
Still leaning towards Kids.
I think what Kids has over, because there's like a playfulness to this riff.
Like, skip to the middle a little bit if you can. Like, let's get to that chorus.
And
that's just an anthem.
Yeah. And let's also be real. This, from note one, either of these songs, Fredo's out.
Oh, sure.
So, to your point though, yeah, anthemic, which I feel like is important to put out there, which is something that we mentioned, you know, in the intro to the band. I do think that this, I guess what do we want to present? Like Anger, which is, you know, Old Wounds is fucking great for that, or do we want to go, hey, by the way, it's also anthemic, like this band can write anthems too, which I tend to think
positive. Gotta go positive.
Yeah, I think the honey versus the vinegar here, maybe.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right, so let's go with Kids. Like I said, it ultimately doesn't matter because Fredo will push play and be like, no, dudes, this one's out. All right, Kids is our number one. And let's run it down more time. Kids is our number one. Let's start from the beginning. Reservoir, Factories, If This Tour Doesn't Kill You, I Will, Full Blown Meltdown, Totally Fine, Pup the Band Inc. is filing for bankruptcy, Yukon, Old Wounds, and Dark Days rounds out our top 10. And let's let Kids get a moment in the sun. Hopefully. Man. What a band. Pup the Band, ladies and gentlemen. If you have never heard of them, you're now into them. You're welcome. We did the hard work for you. We've given you 10 songs for you to get into the band. Take that, run with it. Again, this is one of those ones where the discography isn't a lot. I think it ran like 2.5 hours. I highly recommend that if you liked anything you heard today, just do the dive. It's totally worth it. Also, we're a podcast, obviously, so you can support that by going to patreon.com/ohijustin. I would appreciate that. $1 a month gets you in the club. and gets you all sorts of early access to deprogrammed episodes. It gets you the after the fact episodes that are going to happen immediately following this. It also gets you it gets you a monthly audio thank you, and then a semi-regular Oh Hi Justin podcast. All sorts of other audio stuff. It gets you access to certain Discord channels as well. If you'd like to join the Discord but don't want to pledge, understandable. You can go to legionofstupid.com, click on the top left. There is a join our Discord server. Click that and it'll take you right to it. Just jump in. We do some counting. Counting is very fun. We definitely do that and get mad at each other when we count wrong.
One, two,
You're really selling the Discord here.
Counting is a lot of fun.
We count in there.
I've lost
Sesame Street right there.
Yes. You'd be surprised how many people that's the first place they go when they come in. They go to the counting room. But also
it's weirdly satisfying though. It's like,
it really is. You see that green check and you're like, oh, I counted right. I knew what the next number was. So there's that. And, that's where we do these shows. Like, if you ever wanted to listen live, that's a way to do it. Also on legionofstupid.com, if you want to listen to Peter episodes, you go to this episode, you click Peter's name, you can see all the episodes he's done. You want to listen to John episodes, you click John's name, it'll take it all the John episodes. You want to listen to me episodes, well, that's all of them, baby. And I will, again, I don't care how repetitive this is, I'm going to do that joke forever. You can also subscribe, rate, and comment on all podcast platforms. That would be appreciated as well. But the best way you can help this show is by telling somebody that you listen to Deprogrammed. That is the thing I would appreciate you doing the most. So with that, pup, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.